Good afternoon. It is 5 o'clock. As promised, I'm always prompt because I'm a radio guy. I'll wait for a little bit to see if we get an audience filtering in. If we don't get an audience filtering in, then I'll just continue to talk to myself, which I do most of the time because nobody here ever listens to me. Okay. How are you? Good afternoon. We're going to talk about a few things that are going on here. And depending on where you're watching, we have Facebook Live going over here. We have YouTube Live going over here. And you may be watching from one or the other, or both if you're bilateral. Is it bilateral? Hi, Denise. Bicameral. Bipartisan. Bye, Birdie. Anyway, things are just sort of really weird here right now. So let me explain to you a couple of things that are going on. Denise Quinn Namke joins the art. Denise, I know you have something good to ask because you are a professional. Let me mention, and for those of you who will watch this later on the replay, hopefully you'll catch up with all this. We were just told by the Senate president last week, Peter Courtney, that sine die is imminent in the Senate. And then yesterday, the House Speaker, Tina Kotek, said sine die is imminent here in the House. What does that mean exactly? First of all, sine die. Very poor translation, but sine die in essence is Greek for adjournment. Gavel. We're out. We're done. So when you hear that term thrown around, it makes people think that, that we're really smart. We use these big, no, not Greek, Latin. Sorry, Latin. Thank you for correcting me. Thank you. Appreciate that. Latin, as in Dominus Deus Sanctus Seus, or as in La Dolce Vita. Oh, that's Italian. Or is that French? I digress. Hi, John. Oh, hi, Abby. Anyway, where was I? Sine die is imminent. So we throw around these terms like sine die is imminent, like we're really smart people and we just know things that you don't know, you poor common voters. We're legislators. We know that sine die is imminent right now. And we're like, what is sine die? Anyway, it just means adjournment. Now, what the reason sine die is imminent is important is because normally, the timelines to schedule bills is 72 hours. So HB 1111 will be scheduled for a public hearing in 72 hours. That is greatly accelerated during sine die is imminent to 1 hour, possibly. It could be a little more, but it's 1 hour. It could be 1 hour. So literally bills can pop up like that. While you're in committee, you could have a bill. All of a sudden they come in and go, here's another bill. So things are going to start going like this. Now, one of the things that might prevent that from going like that is what we're doing over here in the House. Of course, you're probably familiar with what the Senate Republicans did a few weeks back, where they sat out for a few days and hid around in other places. And they were able to negotiate some things. And I thought very successfully. I thought they did a great job on that. What we've done over here in the House. Now, let me make sure I paraphrase this correctly. I'm not in leadership. I don't make up the rules. I'm just the guy that sits in the back of the room and, plays paper football. I'm not the important person in the caucus. So don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you the message. So the message is we want things to slow down a little bit. So we're causing the constitutional reading of the bill, which I think I explained last week what that is. Constitutionally, we are to read the entire bill, but we usually waive that and don't do that. We just read the summary and go on and vote. But we're reading the whole thing. And there's some 40 pagers, some 60 pagers, some 25 pagers, some, there's a lot of everything. And there's 1 pagers. Well, that's obviously gumming the works up. So I think today, I don't have it right here in front of me. I think today the calendar, meaning all the bills, was 31 pages. A lot of bills backing up. And so we're doing what I call 3-a-days. For those of you who played football when you're in high school, doing those 3-a-days was killer. They don't do that anymore because, we can't do that because that's cruel to children to do 3 a days or even 2 a days. Back when I was in high school and we were playing football, the coach would say, take some salt tablets, don't touch the water, and rub it out. It'll be fine. It was great. I mean, we survived. Anyway, I digress again. Sorry. Things were just different. And it's amazing that I'm here. I mean, because, we didn't have seatbelts. We didn't have car seats. When my sisters and I rolled around in the back seat of the station wagon while we rolled to California to go to Disneyland, and the Disneyland didn't even have the straps on the rides. You just rode. I mean, I don't know how did we survive? How the hell are we still here? That's what I want to know. But anyway, I digress. So today, I was able to be chair of Ag and Land Use. And if you go to my Facebook page or my Twitter page, you'll see a picture and you can watch the video of it. It's kind of cool. It was a great honor. And I want to take a moment to thank my friend and colleague, Brian Clem. He didn't have to do that. He surprised me. And, heck, he might even get in trouble for it. I don't know. But I walked in and it said, Chair Bill Post. And I had the gavel and everything. I got to gavel us in and make the announcements and blah, 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 and back to all important. I was so scared. I was nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I was nervous. Little inside joke there. Little inside the Capitol humor. Anyway, so I want to thank Brian Clem. He's a great guy. He didn't have to do that. So that was a really cool thing. All right. So this is a town hall meeting. I've done enough talking. That's what's going on. We're going to be back on the floor tonight at 6 or 6:30? 6:30. We're going to be back on the floor at 6:30. We were on it this morning. We were on it this afternoon. Now we're on it. But we're done for the weekend. Woo! We get a 4-day weekend. Okay. So let's go to some questions. Dottie, you should read them, especially when the odds are so stacked against the people. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're reading them. And I don't know of any end in sight on that. So again, I'm not in leadership. I don't make those decisions, but we're reading the bills all the way till the end. So it's question and answer time. I will, if we don't ask questions, I'll cut this thing down and we'll go home. Well, you'll go home. I'll go back down to the House floor. So let's give it another few minutes here. If you have questions about legislative matters or, what's going on in the building or a particular bill, if I can help you, I will, because this is a town hall meeting live from the Capitol. Let me give you an update. Bills. What? Yeah, I don't think I've talked about this. My Sudafed bill, as you may know, passed the House 3322, and it would allow you, if it had passed as it was, it would allow you to go to the doctor and get a prescription and then go to the pharmacy and fulfill the prescription if you wanted to. Or you could do like you can do in 37 other states in the nation, and that is go show your ID at the pharmacy and buy behind-the-counter Sudafed at a much cheaper price, much more reasonable price, and no hassles. Sadly, it went over to the Senate, and the Senate amended it, gut and stuffed and amended it, and made it so that this will sound good, but it's not good. Made it so that pharmacists could prescribe it. So basically, it takes the doctor out and makes the pharmacist. Well, we have a problem. The system that's used here in Oregon to track the drug, the PSE, pseudoephedrine drug, it cannot handle real-time sales and tracking of the grams. So in essence, the bill, as it was amended in the Senate and passed yesterday, 18-10, all the Republicans voted no with 2 missing. It's coming back to the House for what would normally be concurrence. What that means is if you have a House bill and it passes and it goes to the Senate and the Senate amends it, it has to come back for the House to say, yes, we agree with that amendment. Same thing the other way around. What can be done, too, in a process is not concur, meaning, no, we don't like that change. Then a conference committee is formed by the presiding officers, the Senate president and the House speaker, and they try to fix it. That's what we're hoping for right now. If anybody happens to be in those positions and is watching right now, we'd really like to get a conference committee together with some smart people that will change this bill and fix it, because we're going to make it illegal to sell pseudoephedrine in this state if we go forward. So that's where we are. All right, questions and answers. Hey, Ken, how you doing? It's good to see you, or see your name. Jane, what bills are going through that you think are important that we should pass? Any of them? No?
Daylight savings.
Oh, daylight savings. Yeah, daylight savings. That's a good one. Daylight saving time bill. That otherwise, I don't care if anything else passes. Well,
Sudafed.
I'd like the Sudafed to pass. You're right. I'd like the Sudafed to pass, but it has to get fixed. The daylight saving time bill that Senator Thatcher and I have, and Representative John Lively, is sitting down in House Rules right now. It passed the Senate. It's coming over. California passed their version in their assembly, which is their version of the House. The Senate still has to pass it, but they're going to. Washington passed it, and the governor signed it into law so that the whole Western Bloc would be on daylight saving time. Now, I know some people don't like that. It's one time or the other. Hey, I have a question over here on YouTube. Are the anti-gun bills coming back in February? Probably. Ken, what's the most troubling bill for the economy that we are faced with swallowing this session? Wow. Whew, where to begin? Cap and trade. Yeah, cap and trade. If you talk just pure dollars, the Student Success Act, gross receipts tax, that's $2.8 billion over 2 years. That's a pretty big chunk of money. Cap and trade could be $1.6 to $2 billion. The what?
Billion.
Yeah, billion. Billion with a B. So thanks for those questions over there on YouTube. Darlene, what do you think about the insinuation that came from Governor Brown, the consequences? Yeah, I should probably mention that. Governor Brown did a press conference today, and she, I feel, was threatening to the House Republicans. She basically said, if the House Republicans walk out, there will be dire consequences. She also said that if the House Republicans continue to read bills, the House Speaker has tools that she can use that will make their life miserable. I don't, what else can I say?
Susie asked you if any new bills pop up on this session, or has the deadline been met?
How would I answer that? That's a good question.
Technically, yes.
Technically, yes. Yeah, I really should emphasize, until that gavel falls on whatever day that is, sometime between now and June 30th, no bill is truly dead. It can be, I've seen what I call zombie bills resurrected. So no bill's truly dead. So that's a good question, and I'm sorry that's not a great answer, but it is the truth. If bills are in rules or in one of the Ways and Means committees or in revenue or one of the joint committees, they're still alive. They're not, but I've seen ones come back. So.
And technically, if someone has a priority bill,
that's true.
You could do that, and then, but if it got referred to a different committee, and the deadlines were already met.
Yeah. So we're allowed 5. So we have this plethora of bills that we can do earlier in the session, and then we're allowed 5 priority bills, and we can actually still do those even up to Nate, but it has to go to the right committee. And if it's referred to one of the committees that's done, which is tomorrow's the deadline for bills to go out of committees, except for rules, Ways and Means, and revenue. So if it were referred to, I'm just going to name a committee, Judiciary. Let's say I drop the bill tomorrow, priority bill, and they send it to Judiciary, it's dead. If it goes to Rules, Ways and Means, one of those, then it's still alive. That's a good point. Grandma Jean, how you doing? Please do not decide against natural time. I don't want to be on the same time with the rest of those idiots on the left coast. Well, here's the thing, Grandma Jean. I don't care whether it's daylight or standard. I want one or the other. I want no more time changes. Here's the problem. Here's why we did daylight saving. Because Congress has to approve it. In order to get Congress to approve it, getting the whole block of Western states to be as one makes us more powerful. I hope that makes sense. Hey, Lynn, thanks for all you do. Thank you. Let's see. Question over on, good question. The Mr. Freezer 600. People use on the YouTube page, they have funny names. What's the status on the PERS bill? Fascinating. So that's SB 1049. It passed out of the Senate today. In an unusual move, I thought the Senate Republicans gave consent on the calendar to move something that was scheduled for tomorrow to today, and they voted on it, and it passed. This is going to be complicated. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it, but it's a great question, and I'm going to tell you where I am. I don't believe this does anything, and here's the main reason why. We all want PERS reform. I think everybody that's listening, watching right now, or would talk to me wants PERS reform. We know we have to have PERS reform. This bill doesn't do it. The main reason why, there's one main reason why, no matter what we take in PERS reform in this particular bill, the governor has free reign. The moment the ink is dry from her pen signature, she could sweep that again 2 years from now or 4 years from now. Of course, it won't be her, but another governor could sweep that money. So I don't think this is the right PERS reform. I think it's a Band-Aid that's not even truly a Band-Aid. So I'm going to be voting no. I just think it's short in a lot of ways. And I think it hurts some tier one people that it's not their fault. It's not their fault. So why hurt them? So that's the status. It's coming over to the House probably Monday or Tuesday. Abby would like to know, do you think SB 1008 will pass? That's going to happen potentially tonight. If you have time and you're sort of bored and there's nothing good on TV, you might want to watch the live feed of the House floor session tonight at 6:30, because I think Senate Bill 1008 is going to come up. We hear that it's coming up. This is a bill that needs 40 votes. There are 38 Democrats, 22 Republicans. They need 2 Republicans or a combination thereof, because there might be, I'm not going to say, I don't know who, there might be some no votes from the Democrats. That would require more Republican yes votes. So if it's going to happen, it might happen tonight and it might not happen tonight. We'll see. Angie, I'm not in your district, but I appreciate everything you're doing for us. You bet, Angie. Shaney, hey, Shaney from CASA. CASA funding bill, HB 2570 isn't moving. Help. Can you make note of that?
Yeah.
HB 25. You bet. Anything for you, Shaney. You're the best. Let's see. I hope I'm saying your name right. Takesha. Hi, Rep Post. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. Thanks for joining us today. Jane says, I contacted Kotek, Courtney, and Brown, politely objecting to HB 3063 without response. Is that typical? Or do our politicians usually respond to citizens? You do, so thank you for that. Well, look, I can't tell you what everybody does. I mean, everybody has their own way of doing things. I'm obsessive compulsive. It drives certain staff members crazy here that I actually look at every email. So she gets paid to do nothing. But, but she does great work. Great work. Anyway, to your point, I will be honest. If I get a call or an email from somebody that's from Pendleton, I probably not going to be as quick to answer them as I am somebody from Kaiser, St. Paul, or Newburgh. So if you're not from their district, I don't necessarily blame them, but that's not a great excuse. Mary Fast, thank you so much for all you do. Appreciate it so much. Thank you, Mary. Very kind of you. And Shaney, you bet. We'll get right on that. Annette has joined us. Hi, Annette. How you doing? Well, I don't know. We're not going to stretch this out a whole lot further. If you don't, I need more questions. I know it's 5:18, and we'll go to 5:30 if we need to. I also know people are driving home, and they're probably not really watching right now. We have a few people on the YouTube channel, and we have a few people on the Facebook channel. But I'm here to answer questions, comments, thoughts, whatever you have about the session. Let me check my list, make sure I got everything. Yep, that was everything that I was going to talk about. So unless anybody has any great questions that they want to bring to me, I guess we'll call it a wrap, and we'll do this again maybe in a week or so. We will not be here over the weekend. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Let me remind you of why Memorial Day is so important. I think 2 of the most important dates in the calendar in America is Veterans Day in November and Memorial Day in May. Remember the difference. There are some people that get confused. Veterans Day is to honor those who served who came home. And Memorial Day is for those who served who did not come home. And that's why it's an even more somber day. And so I love our veterans. But Memorial Day, it's not a day necessarily to have a barbecue and woohoo and all that. Though God bless you for doing that. Memorial Day is remembering, taking that time to go maybe to one of the veterans cemeteries around here. There's one in Salem that I go to every year, and pay your respects, because those men and women paid the ultimate price for the fact that I can talk to you on these computers right here. The fact that I can do this is because of those great men and women who gave up everything. And so Memorial Day is a special day for me. It means a lot to me. And anyway, let me make sure I don't miss any questions. One piece of advice you would give someone like me, a conservative Republican, in finding common ground with my Democratic rep. Can I answer that another day? That one's too hard for me. I'm too tired. It's a good question, though. Let's see.
I would say that they should be trying to find some common ground with you.
Yeah, they should find common ground with you. That's a great point. What are lawmakers doing about Portland's homeless and drug use? I don't know. I'm from Kaiser, St. Paul, and Newburgh. Talk to the mayor, Ted Wheeler, and those crazy commissioners and counselors that are up there in Portland. Let them do that. I don't go to Portland. Last time I went to Portland was like the 1977 Portland Trailblazers game or something. I don't go to Portland. Sorry.
They did have the urination bill that they didn't pass.
They did. Public defecating and urinating is allowed in Portland because they couldn't pass a bill to stop it. Hey, Carol. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Do something special on Monday to honor veterans and those who, again, who paid the ultimate price. Richard, how you doing? If you're affected, see, I am not in your district, but if you vote on laws, you are affecting me. Keep that in mind. Okay. You're not in my district. Hey, Richard, welcome to the show. I do what I want to do. Okay. Anyway, I don't know. Richard apparently doesn't know me very well. So that will do it. One more. Thank you for your time and what you do from the Mr. Freezer 600 on YouTube. Hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel too, will you? Because I put lots of videos up there.
Did you see Kristen's comment?
Oh, Kristen. Yeah, no. I sent you a message in regards to some insight on 2725. I might have wrong number in regards to the rights of the child care division control over providers. Do you have any insight on this?
That's
Where
the
can I
wrong number. I'm not sure what she's talking.
We're not sure what number that is, Kristen. We'll try to look it up and find out, because that's not the right number. Okay. All right. We'll wrap it up. Hey. Grandma Jean. Thank you, Bill. You're not in my district either, but that's okay with me. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Grandma Jean. Hope my explanation worked for you on that. I'm going to go eat some dinner, and then we go back to the floor at 6:30, and we'll listen to bills, and we'll listen to people talk about bills, and then we'll vote occasionally, and so on and so forth. But won't have to come back in here till next Tuesday. HB 2027 is what it is? 2027. Okay. We'll look that up, and we'll try to find out, Kristen. Shoot me an email. Remember, email here is rep dot billpost, one word lowercase, at Oregon legislature dot gov, G-O-V. Always feel free to send them. Oh, Shelly Davis is in the house. If Shelly Davis would just come up here, she could guest star on the program. But oh no, Shelly's down probably doing that Daniel Bonham podcast. You know, that guy thinks he's a professional radio guy now because he does a podcast. Yeah.
Also, 2027 already passed.
Oh, 2027 already passed.
On the governor's desk.
It's on the governor's desk. There you go, Kristen.
And it was unanimous. I'll put the link into the.
Abby's going to put the link right into the feed, Kristen. Justin Huang. Justin. What a great guy. Justin Huang's great. He should be here. Sorry, Justin. Didn't mean to bring up tough points. But Justin Huang, great candidate for the House last year. Great kid. Great kid. I say kid because everybody's a kid to me, but he's not a kid. But great kid. All right, Kristen, there you go. Got the information? Yeah, Justin, long time no see. Yeah, no see. No kidding. I need some Joy Teriyaki really bad. Could you deliver us some Joy Teriyaki down here, Justin? Here's the address, 900 Court Street Northeast. Could you have an Uber Eats bring it or something? I'll pay for it. No problem. I bet your podcast would be better. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Oh, Justin, you're cooking up chickens right now. Best teriyaki chicken in the world. Joy Teriyaki, Justin Huang. Absolutely fantastic. You need to build a location in Kaiser. Justin, I thought you were coming to Kaiser. I don't want to have to drive all the way up there. All right.
Is Matt down?
No,
No, he's up.
he's that way.
Okay.
Gosh, we're having so much fun. We're going to run over time here in just a little bit. I was kind of hoping that the challenge would come in that we'd hear a knock on the door from Shelly Davis. You know, can I come in and join you?
Yeah, why doesn't she?
Yeah, why doesn't Shelly come and join us? There's a do not disturb on the door. Maybe that's scaring her away. All right, we're just getting silly now, and people are going away, and so. All right, anything else for the good of the order? I did that today when I was chair. It was kind of cool. Should have banged the gavel harder though. Okay, we're gonna say goodbye. Have a great weekend. God bless you. God bless America. God bless Oregon. Bye-bye.